Hello, I'm going to quickly go over this 12-line poem. I wrote one myself so you could see how to do it. It's basically you're going to show that you understand rhyme scheme and how to count meter and put meter into a poem. Now, what you're graded on is the rhyme scheme and the meter that's in the poem. So first thing that I did was I wrote out, and you have to identify what you're doing. I wrote out an AABB rhyme scheme. I ran from a monster from a town called Yonster. He was the size of a tree. He wanted to eat me. So all I did was go monster, yonster, tree, me, AABB, time, rhyme, bite, sight, mom, bomb, hurt, dirt. So I went AABB all the way through. One rhyme scheme for the entire poem. The next thing that you need to do is, so you get points for that. Then you get points for putting a meter pattern to it. So you've got to start by breaking it up. So I ran, because every two syllables is a meter, from a monster. So this first line has 1, 2, 3 meters in it. He came from a town called Yonster. All right. So what I'm going to see right here is I have 1, 2 there we go. So I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the second one. He was the size of a tree. So now I have 1, 2, 3.5. 1, 2, and he wanted is 2, so I'm going to put one there. To eat me. Now, for the sake this video has to be short, just for the sake of time, I'm just going to look real quick. So I ran from a monster. That's 3. He came, so I got 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. So if I have 1, 2, 3.5, and 3.5, I want to keep those because those match. So if I put I ran from a monster, I'm going to put ran from a monster. Now, instead of that one's now also going to be 3.5. All right. So I have 3.5, 3.5. So I need to make this one 3.5. And then what I'm going to end up doing at the end is, since there will be 3.5, my next lines could be all 4, and because you count every 4 lines, but I'm going to put every line has the same meter. That's the pattern. Because the first one's all going to have 3.5 when I'm done with it. This one, there was no time. I needed to rhyme. The monster took a bite. I might end up doing all 3s or all 4s or all 2s for the next meter. As long as for every 4 lines, the meter's all the same, I got a pattern. I could have done every other line matches. I could have done like I did my rhyme scheme, AABB, where you have 2 meters the same, then the next 2 meters are the same. 2 meters the same, then the next 2 meters the same. But it's got to be consistent through the whole thing. So I've identified my rhyme scheme. I break it up into meter. Then I give it a meter pattern. I have to revise for that. And then I put what the meter pattern was at the bottom. All right. So that's just a review. This is putting together all the parts that we did. I hope that helps clarify it for you so that you can get the assignment done and turned in. Now, remember, I'm only grading on the rhyme scheme. So if your poem ends up sounding kind of silly or off, that's going to be okay because you're graded on rhyme scheme and the meter pattern that you put into it.